was always fascinating to me that people would live at the same time, be contemporaries, and write music or make art, be creative in completely different ways. You know, Pythagoras and Buddha lived at the same time, and they were contemporaries, and obviously everybody knows how different they were. So I thought that perhaps I could play harp pieces written by composers similar to Pythagoras and Buddha, people who live at the same time. Sometimes they teach at universities, they're university professors, and sometimes they even studied with the same teacher before, when they were young. But they went their separate ways, and although they belong to the music scene, contemporary music scene, they're foremost composers, and everybody knows their music and listens to their music, and they're always so present. They have different audience, and they are they represent a contrast, and this contrast in music was something that I thought would be interested to think about and find the repertoire which would represent the contrast and record it. Because I like to record music. It means to register a moment and kind of preserve it. There is a need to preserve something, to preserve the sounds, to preserve the performance. So for this project, I wanted to, I would like to commission two composers that really represent this dichotomy, Pythagoras and Buddha. To me, they may not think about themselves that way, but me as a harpist and a performer, that's how I see them. And these composers are Robert Carl and Jason Eckhart, both so musical and write so wonderful music. And I heard their pieces, Jason's piece for solo guitar, and Robert's piece, one of Robert's pieces for piano, recently. And although they're not very new, they're kind of earlier works. I mean, earlier from 2000. That means early these days. These pieces were inspiring, and I thought that perhaps something like that, if they would write something like that, that would make a great harp piece. Something harpists other than me would also like to play. I would record it. And so I spoke with them, I got in touch with them, and we decided to try to do that. And they want to write the piece. We spoke about these pieces, and they had those really fascinating, so different ideas. Each one of them told me what they thought the harp for them was and how they may want to use it, and oh God, I just hope I can play it because it sounds very difficult. And in my case, I have been performing a lot of my own music, my own compositions, and that of course gives me a lot of freedom to improvise and change things, and making a mistake is not a catastrophe because it is just an event that may lead you while you perform into another interesting event. But if you play music by other people, you have to read the score, you have to memorize it, you have to be really, really detail-oriented person. I would love to play these pieces. I would love to learn these pieces by Jason and Robert, and I would like to include them in a CD, or other composers as well, on my previous CDs. This is going to be a CD on which I'm not going to be playing any of my music. It will be only music by other composers. And the beginning of this this project is, of course, me commissioning music from Robert, Carl, and Jason